Welcome to the learning curve. I'm Doug, this is my planet, and when I learn, you learn. Today is all about a new smartphone app that I just discovered called Relive. They describe it as a health and fitness app, and what it does is track your outdoor activities, and the headline feature is that it can create 3D animated movies with maps showing all of your activities. Movies just like this one. That was a scooter ride that I took here in Mae Sot, Thailand, from a coffee shop back to my guest house. You can also track other activities such as walking. This map is a good example of that. I created that map just this morning. I left from my guest house here in Thailand, and I walked down to one of my favorite restaurants to have breakfast, and then I came back through the market area, and I took pictures and video clips along the way, and the Relive app followed me every step of the way on my smartphone, and at the end of my journey, it created that map for me almost automatically. Those maps may not be the most polished, but as I said, I just found out about this app. I just started using it, and I'm still on the learning curve myself. I'm still finding out about everything it can do, and I'm going to continue that process this morning and take you along for the ride. This app is available for both Android and iOS, so you can install it from the Google Play Store or from the Apple Store onto your iPhone or onto your Android phone. There are two versions, of course. There's a free version and there is a paid premium version. Of course, they tried to strike a balance where they divided the features between them so that the free version is good enough for what most people might want to do, but you do keep running into little things you want to do, little features you might want to add, and then you find out you can only do this or that thing with the paid version. So it's up to you whether you want to do the free route or get a paid subscription. You can pay by the month. I believe it's about $9.50 US by the month, or you can pay $53 per year, and I think that works out to like $4.40 per month, and they offer a 30-day free trial for the paid version, so you can try out all the premium features and see whether you need them or not. It's an interesting app because it does have a health and fitness slant to it. You can go to their website, the Relive website, and if you look at all the people that are employed, that created this app and that currently work at the company, they're all health and fitness people. They're all out there every hour of the day hiking and surfing and running and doing marathons and all that kind of activity. And when you get into the app itself, there are lots of features for tracking your activities, setting personal health and fitness goals. And that's all very well and good, but it doesn't interest me at all because I'm not really that into tracking health and fitness. I just live my life, and what I want to use this app for is traveling. I think it is an amazing app if you just like to go out and explore the world, whether it's someplace like here in Thailand or in your home country, wherever you are. You just wake up in the morning, load the app, hit record, go about your day, and at the end of the day you hit finish, and then you have a map of everywhere you went during the day, and the app keeps track of all the photos you took during the day, inserts them into your movie, and then gives you the option to choose which photos you want to insert in your final 3D animated movie. So I find it very cool, very intuitive, and I'm having a really good time with it so far. Starting from the very beginning, of course, you have to go to the Google Play Store or to the Apple Store, download the Relive app to your phone, install it. This is what it looks like. I have it open here on my phone. And then once you open the app, you have to create an account. And one thing I've discovered is that though I was mainly interested in the ability to just create maps of my own activities, the approach of the Relive app and the website is focused a fair bit on creating a community of like-minded, outdoorsy people who want to share activities with other people. So when you create an account on the Relive website, it's almost like joining a social media platform, and you have a feed, just like a Facebook feed or a Twitter feed, Instagram feed, very similar to any of those social media platforms. And when you do something, a new activity, and create a record of that activity, it is recorded to your account and it shows up on your feed, and it shows up on the feed of other people who are following you. So within the Relive app, within the website, you can follow other people who are doing things that you're interested in. They can follow you, and when you go to the website, you actually get a list of new activities from the people that you are following. You can see the story of their activity, a breakdown of all the statistics and all the photographs and video clips that they took, and you can play the 3D animated mapping movie that Relive created. So it's very cool. There's more going on there than I expected. So once you download the app, open an account with Relive, you're pretty much ready to go. And if you open the app, this is the page that you are looking at. Personally, I find the front page of this app quite confusing. It confused me for quite a while when I first opened it up. For example, the first thing I want to do when I launch the app is hit the record button and start recording an activity. That's my main reason for opening it. And looking at this page, it didn't seem like it was possible for me to do that. I expected record to be this big red button in the middle of the screen, but it's actually not even there. In fact, what you're looking at is your feed, and it has a big blue bar at the top there that says set a personal goal. And this comes up all through the app, where it keeps prompting you to set goals for yourself, to set challenges so that you can track your health and fitness, see whether you're achieving your goals. And this comes up all the time. And I find that a little bit annoying because I don't want to do any of that. And it feels like I have to do it. It's like, it looks like I have to set a personal goal in order to get past this screen. But I found out in my learning curve, you don't. If you look way down at the bottom, there's a thin line down at the bottom, and you can see on the left it says feed. That's where we are now. And beside it is another icon called search. So you can enter something to search for in your feed. That means you're looking for activities, your own activities or the activities of other people. And next to that is the record button. And the record button is sitting right there in the center of the screen, way down at the bottom. But when you first open up this screen, it's kind of hidden. I didn't even see it. And because it's grayed out, I didn't think it was active. But all these icons at the bottom of the screen, all of them are active, even though it doesn't look like it. And you can just click on them. To the right, beside record, you have challenges, where you can set yourself a health and fitness challenge or goal. And then on the far right is the profile, where you can upload your profile picture. You can see how many activities you've registered with them, how many followers you have, how many people you are following. You can also click over to a page of statistics, and the statistics are broken down for the whole year, or for the month, or for a day, I believe. Let's take, will that pop up? Okay, all time, year, or month. It keeps track of all of your statistics. And there is a bar there where you can sign up for Relive Plus. And Relive Plus is what they call their premium package for this application. And Relive Plus is kind of interesting. If you sign up for Relive, you get Relive Plus, you get a lot of things you don't get in the free package. If I can remember this, you can now shoot and record in high definition, which is really good. You can control the speed of the map. In the free version, you only have normal speed, but in the premium version, you have slow, normal, and fast. In Relive Plus, you can edit your activities forever. You can keep opening them up and re-editing them as much as you want. In the free version, you can do your activity, create the map, but then you're done. You can't go back and edit that map once it's been produced by the app itself. Also, in Relive Plus, you can add both photographs and video clips. And you can add up to 50 photos and videos for each movie project. In the free version, you can only add photos, you can't add video clips, and you're limited to 10 photos per movie. Plus, with Relive Plus, you can record extremely long activities, longer than 12 hours, and you can add a lot more music. For the free version, I think they give you one song that you can add to your movie, and that's it. With Relive Plus, they offer you a library of music. And when it comes to putting these activities and the movies onto the Relive app, you can't add your own music because that movie is going to be on their website, and the Relive company does not have the license for that music. If 1 million people are uploading different songs to their website, that would cause a huge legal headache for them. So you can only use the music that they provide. And for the free version, they provide one song, and then for the Relive Plus, there is more music that you can choose from. At this point on my learning curve, I don't really know how this works in terms of other platforms. For example, can I take my Relive movie, put it into a YouTube video, and edit it there? Can I shorten it, cut things out, add my own YouTube music, and do anything I want to it, and include it in my YouTube video? Am I legally allowed to do that because of copyright? At this point in my learning curve, that I don't know. Common sense tells me I should be able to do that. I've seen people do it. When you watch some cycling YouTubers cycling around the world that are using similar apps, they might have this 3D animated movie in their YouTube video. So a lot of people insert them. So I'm assuming I'll be able to do that as well. But at this point in, in Planet Doug's learning curve, I don't know. That's a question that I still have. And I don't think I'll be able to answer that one today. Okay, you've downloaded the app. You've created your account by signing in with your email address and creating your own password. You're done all that, and you want to go out and do your first activity, record it, and create your first 3D animated map. Of course, what you do is you launch the app. Just find the icon on your phone, launch the Relive app, and at the very beginning, you should be presented with a map of the entire world or a continent. And while you're looking at that map, the phone is connecting with GPS satellites to find your exact position, because that's how the app works, of course, through global positioning satellites. And once it locates you, then the map will zoom in on your location, show you a nice dot where you are, and then show you all the streets or all the trails around you on a nice map on your phone. Interestingly, you don't need a data connection to do this. You do need an internet connection, Wi-Fi, you need a data connection in order to download the app, go to your feed and follow other people, watch their activities, create your own movie in the end. For that, you need the internet. But just to record your activity, whatever it is, you don't need to be connected to the internet at all. And I was relieved to figure that out. All you need to do is connect to the satellites, and every phone can do that. Some perhaps are better than others, but I'm having no trouble with mine connecting to GPS. It follows me around perfectly. So you don't need an internet connection when you're out recording, but you do need one to finish recording and then create your activity, the map, and all the stats and all of that kind of thing. So once you're looking at the map, the very first thing you need to do is go to the top of the page. There's a drop-down menu there. Click on the drop-down menu and select your type of activity, whether it's walking, hiking, cycling, motorcycling, surfing, riding a motorcycle, whatever it is you're going to do. They have a very extensive list of activities. Find it and choose that before you do anything else. And then in the middle of the screen, you can see the map of where you are. And beneath that, there are 3 counters. The one on the far left shows the distance that you've covered during this activity. In the middle is the amount of elapsed time for this activity. And in the far right is the speed. Before you hit start, all of those will read 000, of course, across the board. And then way down in the middle, there is a large yellow button with the word start in the middle. And that is where you begin. So you go to where you want your activity to start, where you want the app to start recording you, and you hit start, and then you start walking or cycling or doing whatever it is you're going to do. And the app starts tracking you, and it's tracking you in the background. I love that. You don't have to leave it on the screen. You can turn off the screen. You can switch to Google Maps. You can open up other apps on your phone. You can do anything you want on your phone, and Relive is operating in the background all the time, keeping a record of your physical position and your speed and everything you're doing. And this is really fascinating. It keeps track of all the photographs and videos that you are taking along the way. So if you are taking pictures with the camera app on your phone, Relive is paying attention to that, and when you finish your activity and go to create your map, it will list all those photos that you have taken, and you can select them to insert into your 3D animated map. So that's one way to do it. The other way to get pictures is to use the Relive app itself. If you look on the screen, on the bottom left, there's a small camera icon. So as you're walking around or motorcycling, whatever you're doing, you can stop, go to the Relive screen, click on that camera icon, and that will open up a camera app. You can take your picture, but, and this is the key, this is what I learned on my learning curve, after you've taken the picture with the Relive app, you get an X and a check mark or the word OK, depending on your phone. And then if you like the photo, you have to select OK, and then it is saved to the Relive app and it's added to your project. If you don't select OK, it won't record the picture. So that's very important to remember, because the app is giving you a chance to decide whether you want to retake it. So you take a picture, you look at it, no, I don't like that one. You hit X, and you take another one, and you keep taking them until you get one that you like. And if you like it, then you hit OK, and then it saves it. So that's a very important thing to know about taking pictures. So for the rest of this learning curve tutorial, what I'm going to do is launch the app myself, and then I'm going to go for a walk, a short walk. It's pretty hot, pretty hot out here. And I'm going to go for a short walk as a demo, take some pictures, and then when I'm all done, I'll go back to my guest house room and we'll sit down together and we'll go through the process of completing the 3D map for this activity that we're about to take. Okay, it's time to record my third activity with the Relive app. So I have the app open on my phone, and it's showing me the map of exactly where I'm standing near my guest house here in Mae Sot, Thailand. I'll throw a picture of this map up onto the video there. So I'm going to hit start, and the app is going to start recording. There it is. 0 kilometers, 0 kilometers an hour, because I'm not moving yet, and 10 seconds have passed. So let's start walking. Okay, I'm walking. I have my phone in my hand. I don't know where I'm going to go. I'm just going to walk maybe a kilometer and a half. That should be long enough for this little demo, my little learning curve demo. And of course, I have the phone open here, and I can monitor myself in the app if I want to. But one thing I really like about this app, of course, is that I don't need to do that. I can turn off the screen's off, put the phone in my pocket, put the phone in my backpack, and then I can just go about my day as normal, do anything I want, and the entire time the Relive app is recording my movements in the background. And I never have to think about it until the end of the day. And something I found out this morning, again, part of my learning curve, is that it has a pause feature, which is very cool, because on my activity this morning, I went to have breakfast. So I walked to the restaurant and I was recording that along the way. And I got to the restaurant to sit down like for an hour to have breakfast, but I didn't want to keep recording my movements for an hour because I wouldn't be moving at all. But right on the screen, you can see that there is a pause button. So there it is there. There's the pause button, as you can see. And I don't need to pause right now because I'm going to continue walking, but just for the purposes of a demonstration, I'm going to hit the pause button. Maybe I'm going to stop here and have a cup of tea. I'm here at the market, at the bus station. So I hit pause. And now all the recording has stopped. And on the screen, you can see 2 new buttons, finish and resume. So if my activity is completely over and I want to now create my activity record and the 3D animated map, then I hit finish. Or if I want to keep going, I hit resume and I keep going. This is, I find this maybe a little bit of an unwise design decision, because I can see accidentally hitting finish when you didn't mean to, and you want to hit resume. So sort of having resume and finish right beside each other on the same screen seems a little bit dangerous. So you got to be careful that if you're in the middle of your activity and you want the recording to continue, make sure your button stays away from that finish button and you hit resume. I did it, and now it has resumed recording, and we have walked 0.1 kilometer. That's as far as we've gone. So let's keep walking. Haven't gone very far, but I've come across an interesting sight. So my urge was to take a picture here. This is what I'm looking at. There it is there, a truck of squash and bananas. So I want to take a picture of this and insert it into my activity. So as I said, there's two ways to take a picture. You can simply go to your phone and open up your regular camera app, whatever it is you normally use, and of course you just take the picture. And now the Relive app knows I took that picture. When you go to create your movie at the end, it will show that picture and allow you to insert it into the 3D movie. Or you can simply go to the Relive app, and as I said, in the bottom left-hand corner, there's a little camera icon. I'll show it to you. So you just click on that camera icon. It opens up its own camera app, using the same lens as on your camera, of course, but this is the Relive camera app, more or less. And now you take a picture just as you would normally. But the trick is now I have the photo on my screen, but I have two words on this one. It says retry or okay. So I look at that picture and I think, that's not really good enough. I'm not close enough to the bananas. So I say, no, I don't like it. Retry. I reject that picture. Take another one. So maybe I like that one better. I'm just sort of pretending here. And I say, oh, okay, I like that picture. I hit OK, and then the app goes back to the map and I continue my walk. So that is taking pictures with the Relive app or with a camera. Interestingly, I mentioned that on the free version you can't insert videos. So when you open up the camera app on the free version of Relive, it doesn't give you a video option because it knows you can't use video anyway. So if you want to shoot video, you have to go to your own camera app, and you can still shoot video, but you just won't be able to use any of it in your Relive project. If you want to do that, you have to get the premium Relive Plus version. Okay, we're still walking. I haven't gone very far. I've gone 0.4 kilometers, and I've been recording for about 14 minutes. And I came to kind of a photo opportunity at an intersection. So I stopped here. I'm going to take another picture to insert into my Relive 3D animated movie. So there's my photo op over there, Ganesh. So I'm going to walk out here into the traffic circle. And I thought I would take a picture of myself here in the traffic circle, and I will put this into the Relive app. So here I am. I'm just going to use my regular camera app this time, and this time I'll take a picture in portrait mode. And there. And the Relive app remembers not only that I took the picture, where I took the picture, but also when I took the picture, and inserts it into this exact spot during my walk. You can also take several pictures at the same time, and you can choose which one to put in, or you can choose 3 or 4 of them. As I said, up to a total of 10 photos total for the whole movie. And maybe that's the one I'll use. I don't generally take selfies, but for this project I thought maybe it would be fun to do one. So let's keep walking. All right, moving along. I've walked a couple hundred more meters. How far have I walked? 0.8 kilometers in total. I just happened to be at one of the, it's kind of a flood control canal system for the town, or the city of Mesa. And I thought I would take a picture here to add to my project. I'll get my camera in there as well. I'm shooting today with the DJI Pocket 2, by the way. That is also a brand new experience. To be honest, I'm on 2 very steep learning curves today. The Relive app learning curve and the DJI Pocket 2 learning curve. Oh, I almost forgot. I have to hit OK. Yeah, I like the photo. Okay, so there we are. We've been out here for 25 minutes. Hey there, Poochie. A lot of street dogs in Mesa, so I have a friendly pooch watching me over there. The DJI Pocket 2, to go off on a tangent, is very exciting for me. It tracks me. See that? Wherever I go, the camera swivels to follow me because I have it locked on my face. So how exciting is that? Figuring this camera out, now that is a learning curve. It's not a learning curve, it's like a learning straight up climb. A lot to learn about this camera. Starting to hear some thunder rumbling, so time to head back to the guest house quick. But I thought I would take a picture of this lovely temple complex beside me to add to my little walkabout project. Call up my Relive app, click on the camera icon, and take a picture. I almost forget every time that I have to hit OK. So we've come full circle back at the place where my walk started. So on the tracking app on Relive, you actually see my route going in a nice circle right back to here. But I have to go back to my guest house. And at my guest house, I'll officially hit finish on the Relive app. And then that will allow me to complete the project, upload all the photographs and the data to the Relive website, and then it will create my 3D animated map automatically. So once I get back to my room and I have access to the internet, I'll turn on a screen recording app on my phone, and you can see how the final process takes place. Or at least you can learn how it takes place along with me. Because as I said, I'm on the learning curve right with you. I'm figuring all this out as I go. Okay, my walk is over. I'm back inside my guest house room, and I'm recording the screen of my phone. As you can see, I walked 1.7 kilometers. The entire journey from beginning to end was 49 minutes long, and at the moment, I'm not moving at all. So it has me going at a speed of 0.0 kilometers an hour. And I can pinch to zoom in on this map. And here we can see my entire journey. It began here. That's where I was sitting beside the dam and when I was talking at the beginning. And then I walked here to the road, took a picture of some bananas, and I walked along here to the intersection. That's where I took a picture of Ganesh. Then I walked along here, stopped here to take a picture of the canal, came back to the main street of Mesot, walked along here and walked up back. Here is where I took a picture of the temple, and then I returned to my starting point, and then I came to my guest house, and that's where we are right now. And the Relive app is still recording, and now I'm going to hit pause to show you what happens next. So you don't actually hit finish or stop. You always have to click pause first, and then you get resume and finish as an option. So in this case, of course, my tutorial is all done, my walk is all done, and I click on finish. Let's see what happens. Finish activity. Are you sure you want to finish this activity? I like that. I love it when apps ask for confirmation about a big decision like this. And I know I don't want to cancel. Yes, I want to finish. Keep your app open. So don't close it. Now here's what I was talking about earlier, where it keeps prompting you to set personal goals. Like discover the personal goal. Check out the feed tab and set a personal goal. You got this. And I'm looking at this screen and I'm confused. I don't know what to do. And I finally realized, oh, continue to your activity. But to me, that isn't very intuitive either, because as far as I'm concerned, my activity is finished. I don't want to go back to my activity. But what this means is continue creating the record of your activity and finally create the movie. So this is what I want to click on. And here we can give the walk or our activity a title. So let's call this, what shall we call it? Let's keep it very simple. Walking around Mesot. And this kind of confuses me as well, because it's giving me 5 photos to add these photos, yes or no. And I don't know why it's giving me these 5 and not other ones. Maybe these are ones that were taken by my phone. But anyway, as I said, you're allowed to add 10 photos in total, and you do that in the next stage. Note, this will not create a Relive video yet. You can do that on the next page. Save these to your activity. So I'm guessing that these were the photos taken by my camera, not by the app itself. And I do want to save them to my activity. Why not? And I guess it's uploading those 5 pictures to my Relive account online. As I said, I'm still on the learning curve and I don't really know what's going on yet. Saving my activity. Almost there. Okay. So we can get a 3D video. There's our distance of 1.7 kilometers. There's the route that I followed. And here's a sample photo. And create a video. There we go. So now this is the edit page. And as I said, if you have a free copy of this app, you only get one chance to edit it. So I have to make all of my editing decisions now, and after it makes the video, then I can never change them again. If you have a premium, the Relive Plus subscription, then you could make the video. But if you're not happy with it, you could go back to this page and edit it again. But as far as I know, I only have one shot at it. So I want to be careful. There's my title. I guess I can change it again. Yeah, I could change it if I want to. I could change the activity. It's set to walking right now. And if I change that, okay, we get all the activities: cycling, running, hiking, skiing, boating, canoeing, e-biking, and even golfing, gravel biking, hand cycling, horse riding, kite surfing, all kinds of activities. but I was walking. Video settings, these I can't change. That little orange icon means it's a premium option. So it changes the speed, and then I can do high HD video, and I have no access to any of these options because this is the free version. Add music. I can add one song, as I said, but let's click on it and take a look. I believe this song here, something called Proud, that's the only music I can add. But yeah, why don't we do that? Let's select it. These ones are plus members only, plus members only. Not too many songs. 3, 12, 18, 19, about 25 of them. Not very many songs to choose from. What does this one sound like? No, I don't like that. I'm just going to leave it with no music. I can add my own music later if I want to. Exit without saving. Yes, exit. I can tag people if I was with anyone. So now we get into where I choose photos. It tells me I started at 1:23 p.m. and this is a map, I guess. 183 meters later, I took these pictures so I can choose which photo I want to use. I think I'll use this one here. Can I see what it looks like? Oh yeah, there's the whole photo. I like that one. Here's the photos of Ganesh. Can I take a look at each of them to make my choice? Ah, there's the portrait version. I like that one. And what does this one look like? Oh, that's also portrait. Where is, oh, let's go for the selfie one. Here, what does the selfie look like? Okay, me and Ganesh. So let's choose those two, portrait and a landscape selfie. Here is the canal. Let's choose that one. What does that one look like? And there's my DJI Pocket 2. I like that picture. Stop sign. Nah, we don't really need that picture, or do we? Let's see. Portrait shot? Yeah, let's keep it. Just, nah. The thing is, when you're walking, you're not covering a lot of distance and a lot of time. So if you add a lot of photos, they start popping up so often that the flow of the map gets interrupted, I think. So maybe let's not use that one. And then let's use this one for the temple. So how many photos have we chosen? I think it tells you at the bottom. Let's see. Finished at 2:11, 1.7 kilometers, 45 minutes long. I climbed 5 meters of elevation, and I've chosen 6 out of 10 photos with no videos because that's a premium feature. And don't forget, we can add captions. So for this photo, I can add a caption here. Let's keep this short just to speed this up as much as possible. Bananas. So that will be my note for that photo. Call this one Ganesh. I was wondering where I was typing. Okay, there it is. At the traffic circle. Canal. And don't forget the camera that's in the picture too. Whoops. With DJI Pocket 2. And this last one, just call it Temple. And you don't have to fill this out if you don't want to. So I think I'm done. Let's look at it one more time. Walking around Mesot. Or maybe just to keep it in keeping with this whole project, let's call this Relive learning curve. There we go. Walking activity, video settings, no music, no other people, and photographs, landscape, selfie, portrait. I like that. Canal, and the temple. And I think we're done. And there at the very top is where you finish, create. Let's click on that. So it's uploading some more media that I selected. This is all going to the Relive website, so you have to be connected to the internet. And it says your video is being made. All right, it's only been a couple of minutes and it looks like it is all finished. Here at the top, there is my 3D map, and I'm starting to understand the logic a little bit better here on my learning curve. I think of this 3D animated map as the main product, but as far as Relive is concerned, the app as a whole and the social media platform, it's more like the activity. So this is the whole activity, the record of my entire activity, photos, times, maps, statistics. This is the activity, title, date, and the map is only one part of the overall activity. So I guess to really understand how this app works, you have to keep that distinction in mind. But hey, my whole idea was to make a map. So let's see what this looks like. I haven't seen it yet myself, and it's going to be quite small in this view because I have it in portrait mode. I'll take a look at it in landscape a bit later. Let's load this up. Let's play it. Relive learning curve. So there's the map of Mesot. Zooming around, I like that. Oh. So that yellow line is me walking. So this should be Ganesh, the selfie with Ganesh. Continuing to walk. Okay. Canal with the DJI Pocket 2. Continuing to walk. Stopping at the temple. All right, not bad, not bad. And back to the beginning and back to my guest house. And there's the city of Mesot, and there's where I walked. I kind of like that. I didn't mind that at all. One thing I've noticed is when you do a walking activity, everything goes much slower. Or faster. Well, you're moving slowly, but the map ends up moving very quickly. So if you do add a lot of photographs, you don't get the sense of the flow of the walking. But if you had like a 3-hour motorcycle trip, you get a much stronger sense of the journey as the line, is moving through the mountains. So, okay, this is the overall activity, my map at the top, the details here. That's my account name, Planet Doug, the name of the activity, the type of activity, whether any of my followers love it or comment on it. People can leave comments. And now I can share it or edit this activity. What happens if I click on edit? Okay, there you go. So because I'm a free member right now, I can't edit. If I do want to edit, then I have to sign up for Relive Plus at $9.49 a month or $52.99 a year. So I can't edit at this point. Share. So what does that mean? Edit, okay, share. Oh, okay, so I would be sharing this page, which would probably be a link. So I guess I click on next. Okay, now we're back here and I could share the video to Facebook, to Instagram stories, Messenger, Twitter, send it by email, copy a link. I like that. I always like copy a link. And here's the most important one for me down in the down in the corner where it says save, because I want this video on my phone. I want a physical copy of it. Right now, it only exists on the internet, on the Relive website. So I'm going to click on save. Please keep Relive open while we're producing your video. So I guess they're sort of making it again, and now it has been saved to my camera roll on my phone. And let's see. Let's try, no, let's keep our learning curve a simple one today. At this point, let's just understand that we can share it if we want to. But how we do this, I'll save that for another day, another learning curve. So there you are. We have created an activity. There's the record button down at the bottom on the feed page. If we wanted to start a new activity, we just click on that and we start all over again. Well, I'm going to change the setting to landscape, and let's take a look at that video in landscape mode. We are in landscape mode now, and I've navigated to the camera roll on my phone, and I found the video that Relive created. Here it is here. And one thing I've noticed is that they give it a very unwieldy name. So this name, just a long series of numbers. There's probably a date in there somewhere, and who knows, all the different types of information. But that's my video there, and at some point I will definitely rename this to something that I will be able to remember. But let's play this, open it with a VLC player, and see what it looks like in a full landscape. Yeah, it looks better, obviously, but it's still moving so fast, and I don't want that picture included. That was a mistake. And that's one advantage of the premium subscription. Boy, that portrait. Pictures look kind of distorted, like the shape doesn't look right. Wonder if I did something wrong. But in the premium package, you could play this back or create a video at a slower speed, a little more leisurely. This feels very rushed because I'm walking and the distances aren't so great. But I do like this bit at the end where it pans upward so slowly and you get a sense of your physical location. And I also don't know that if you take this video and I insert it into a YouTube video, can I now edit it? Could I, for example, cut out that Relive ad at the very end of the video? Or am I required, due to copyright, to leave that in? I don't know. But one thing that occurs to me, let's do this as an experiment. In VLC Media Player, of course, you can adjust the speed. So let's pause this and change the speed. And just see how it feels. Let's make it really slow, 25%, quarter speed. Let's go all the way back to the beginning. And now let's play this at 25% speed. Gives you a chance to take it all in. Maybe that's too slow because it ends up being a bit jittery. Doesn't look very smooth. But at least you do get a chance to sort of see what's going on better. Because there's the walk, it's beginning. And the first photo right there. Yeah, that picture shouldn't be in there. That was a mistake. And I like that picture. Bananas. And I like how the caption down here is on the page all the time, or on the video all the time. It's always visible. So you zoom out a little bit. We're continuing to walk. I wonder what the high-def version of this map looks like, because this is kind of flat. It's not that great an image, to be honest, at least not on my smartphone. There's Ganesh at the traffic circle. And I don't know if that is distorted or not, or is that how it was supposed to look? I'm not sure. So this is a little bit too slow, probably, at 25%. And walking along. Now I think we're arriving at the canal. We had a flood here at Mesot a month or so ago, and the water was like way up to the top, just overflowed the roads. Yeah, this whole canal was full right to the top and overflowed the edges. That was quite something to see. Mesot is a wonderful town, by the way. Those mountains in the background, that's Myanmar. The border with Myanmar is right here. There's a river and then the mountains. And here's the temple. I should have chosen 50% speed, not 25%, but hey. This is the learning curve. We are learning, I was reading this morning about learning curves, and one of the definitions is it's a process by which you learn slowly at the beginning by making many mistakes. And that's what I've been doing all day here. So now we pull back very slowly. And this is I believe this is the highway. Oh, this one here, heading off towards the border with Myanmar, I believe. And now we should fade into the advertisement for Relive. And this is the part where I was wondering if I'm allowed to, if I wanted to, remove this from the video if I put it as part of a longer YouTube video, something like that. So there it is, available on the App Store, the Apple App Store, and on Google Play. Relive. I'm back at the canal, back where my learning curve started. I learned a lot today, actually, and I hope you learned a lot as well about the Relive app, and now you know whether it's something you could use, and now you know how to use it, at least the basics. One thing I didn't mention, mainly because it's beyond the scope of my particular learning curve, is that you can connect the Relive app to other tracking apps. For example, if you already use a Garmin or some other device, if you go to the website or to the app, they have a long list of all the most popular commercial tracking apps and tracking devices that are already out there. You can link those with Relive and I guess import all of the data from those apps into Relive and create an activity and a 3D map from one of those other devices. But that's way outside the scope of my personal learning curve because I know nothing about that. And if you already know about that, then you're way ahead of the game compared to me. You know a lot more than I do about this whole tracking business. But I just thought I should mention it. You can also connect it with other tracking apps if you are already doing that. And I guess that is it. This, as I said, was just my own learning curve. I'm not trying to do a full review of it, but I suppose I can come to some kind of a conclusion anyway. And my conclusion for me is that I really like this app, mainly because it works. I'm used to a lot of quite fancy gizmos and apps out there that promise a lot and end up not really doing what they're supposed to do. This one, whatever flaws it might have, it does it. It does what it says on the tin it is going to do, and it does it quite easily and, for my money, intuitively. Once you invest a bit of time climbing up that learning curve and figuring out some of the details and going through it once or twice, I think it actually is quite intuitive. Just turn on the app, hit record, and away you go. At the end, you're done, and then you go through editing your activity, and it produces your map for you. Based on the free version that I'm using, I did find, just looking at my phone, I haven't looked at it on a full computer yet, but on my phone, the photographs seemed a little bit low resolution. The map imagery was a little bit low resolution for my tastes, but I guess all of that would be fixed if you got the premium package, and now you could have high def everything, and you have more fine controls over the final output. So I can't really criticize it for that if I'm using the free version. And the free version for me is good enough. It is good enough and it works. So yeah, pretty happy with it overall. So that's it. Thanks for coming along on Planet Doug's learning curve. Join me again on the next video when my learning curve is taking me to some other destination, some other gadget or device. Seems to be all I'm doing these days in my life, learning about new things. Every day is a new learning curve.